All right. Good afternoon on this United States Labor Day weekend, guys. It's really good to see you. Kind of last minute throwing this together. Although I did make a video and it has no sound because I'm going to talk about everything that's on it as I go. Actually, the whole summer. And it's been I have to say, it's been a hard summer, but it went fast. And I'll talk about these things. Let's see who is with me because I really didn't plan anything. I don't even know if I shared it. Hello, Hans. Hi, Kimmy. Oh my gosh, here you are. Lightning Rod, Looney Tunes. Hi, and Poppy. Poppy, I asked a question earlier, and I'm so happy she's here. So anyway, let me get started. Talk about. I mean, really, and Scott's here too. Scott Andrew. I'm going to talk about just whatever flows through my mind. I don't have a lot set up except for the videos, and we'll talk about me a little because I feel like it. I feel like it, and then we're going to talk about you. Then we can talk about the world. And don't forget, I'm going to ask you to email me if you haven't all your gardening pictures because I promise to make a video and I won't flake out. So let me set this up so I can play the video, which, okay, I'm going to play the video, the first one. And I don't have a slideshow. So I'm going to put this on, and forgive me for all this shit, but I have to set things up as I go. All right, system audio. Here we go, and I will stop it if I have to. All right. So this is the video I made, and it's completely quiet, you know. I just want to talk about life, my life, maybe a little bit. It's my channel, right? And what I used to be, you know, used to be that girl on the right and riding motorcycles. Now, also what I'm looking at is where this pointer goes to, because I noticed when I watched a replay on stuff, the pointer, it shows up everywhere. So I have some work to do. So anyway, here we go. We'll start playing this. And so I spent a lot of time in pajamas. I love them. In fact, it's okay. You know, I don't go off my property. And this was from Katie. And my friend put, Sandy is modeling a great shirt with a succinct message. That's pretty good. And there's my front, which my visitor Mark from Eugene put up the flag for me. And this is, I locked myself in. Okay. All right. So here's the beginning of the, let me stop for a minute. Here's the beginning of the season. So, you know, we're big gardeners. This is a big gardening audience. I'm not a gardening channel, but I do the disabled, able gardener. And I just noticed that half my head's cut off. All right. Wait a second. Let me see if I can fix this. I don't know if it'll work. No, then I made myself. Okay, there we go. Technology. So anyway, this was the first freeze we had in May. And I had to cover all my fruit trees because, well, we hadn't had a freeze that late. And May 29th is the last freeze date, according to like everyone. And the Farmer's Almanac, which, by the way, I got my new one, but I don't have it with me. And so I went out with all these sheets and I covered everything because they were starting to bloom. Things were blooming. I got no fruit, but it really did affect, you know, it affected every single tree out there. Put it that way. And I know that we've all had our issues this year with growing everywhere. And Poppy told me it's hot as hell where she is and things are not really doing well. In fact, maybe I'll put a link up after I finish blabbing and getting my shit out. And some you guys, you know, you could join me. Again, this is not one of those I don't even know if I'll even leave this show up afterwards. But there's the sheets, and that was funny. Hi, Graham Nash, Exo Gersh. Oh, there's a lot of neat people. So this is what it looks like. Actually, I think I took this today. I keep some of it mowed. Oh, that's across the street. Lori, my neighbor, she's got a bunch of rescues. And it's just so amazing to be able to do this. You know, when I cry and when I'm so fucking miserable, excuse my language, let them take me off. There's my street. I don't know. I just know I could go outside. And I'm really one of those fortunate, lucky ones. I can go outside and make compost. And that's what I do. Well, that's what I did. Everything got grown over. And there's the garden. That's the beginning of the season, you know, getting stuff ready, making sure the irrigation was done right. Sam helped me with that in the beginning, and it rained so much. It rained a lot. Okay, here's the smoke. We got the Canadian wildfire smoke, and that's what I gardened with 7 hours one day because I absolutely had to. And that's what it looks like. There's the shed I got for my birthday from my family, which was really nice, so I don't have to drag everything from the basement. And that's what it looked like on that side. And I experimented with landscaping cloth, and I have to say, I lost the fight with the weeds, but I won because the landscaping cloth really was nice for the bugs, even with the rain, you know. No, Max, I didn't get any fruit, except for strawberries over what you're seeing. But I have made a ton of pickles this year, like so many. So I did different things. You know, I had all this stuff. Marigolds, great. Marigolds, I got all those beans. And a lot of beans I froze this year. And I'm still picking those tomatoes. And I have to get the potatoes out. And there's a back garden. There's the pole beans. And I have been blanching and freezing those. Every spring when I plant my veggies, I tell myself the same lie. This is the year I'm going to keep everything weeded, staked, and perfect. And of course, it was not that year. Absolutely not. Kim, I think I got that off yours. And that was the beginning of the season. And right before all that, everything got hot. And there's the tomato plants as they grew bigger in the greenhouse. And I've been using the cherry tomatoes from them. So I thought I'd show you what it looks like today. I have gotten so many. Yeah. Yeah, Scott said landscaping fabric makes it difficult to add fertilizer. Well, that's what you have to stand right there at every hole. So this is where I'm getting like this amazing yield of tomatoes, but I have to keep the fan on. It gets too hot in there. So, and everybody knows that I started those hydroponically in the house because it was a story, you know, and there's more that are out front, but this was the green stalk Scott sent me, Scott Andrews. And I had a lot of, let me stop this for a second. I had a lot of celery. Let's go back because I want to show you. It started like that. The thing is amazing. It's amazing. Okay. I love it. That was the celery there in the middle. And those are cucumbers and beans, and the beans are just, they're still giving, I mean, the peppers are still giving me peppers, you know. And yeah, you know, I gotta look for the comments. Maybe I could put a couple up since it's not like we're doing this big damn professional show. Yes, I could, and I have. I have wonderful neighbors. I hope I'm not screaming too loud. I didn't even adjust the sound today. Okay, so this, I already used all that up like right away. The celery was just amazing. It was really great. I love this thing. I love this green stalk. Yeah, it's plastic, but it'll last me a long time. I absolutely love it. And it doesn't break my back. And this is what it looked like a couple weeks ago. I've still got potatoes on the bottom. That actually should have been, that was before. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful. So I've got to get the potatoes out of the bottom. Okay, and then work around the house this summer. And I don't have any money, and I'm not bitching about it, but I really don't. So I went in the basement, and I have a lot of wood in the basement, and I just friggin' drilled shit into the deck so I wouldn't fall through broken boards. Okay, so I didn't fall through broken boards, and when I can do it, I will do it. I have to bring up the bring up those pieces of wood. But, my Amish neighbor he can make me the wood, but it's not treated and I don't want it to rot. Hi, Bila. How are you? Gosh, it's so nice to see so many people here sharing today with me because, it's like I said, you don't show it all the time. Hi, Jean. I don't show it all the time. And I stopped doing, yeah, my salary was fucking phenomenal. But I stopped doing a lot of these personal shows. I don't know. I became I feel like, this production, but I love the productions too, So after the first heat wave, and this is what's happening every year now, April, I get a heat wave. Everything that was in there died because I didn't have the fan on. I didn't have the exhaust. And it happened last April also. I had seeds that didn't come up. So much shit. So I went to my favorite place. Like I go every year, and I did get some flowers and some things. And then guess what? Then we had a frost. That frost. So I had left a couple of coleuses out, and they were almost dead, but I resurrected them. I am expert at resurrecting plants from the dead. I've learned over the years. I've resurrected a lot of dead plants, and I make myself happy because it takes time, but you have to talk to them and nurture them and love them. And that's my wildflower garden. And believe it or not, I've got wild tomatoes growing. And that was a little thing I put together. I had put a thing up to ask for what color. And of course, I got a lot of people that said, oh, stained it this and that. And I haven't done anything with it. But I made this because there was a stupid, humongous hole from a rock that someone took out. And my yard, the whole property is full of rocks. So it's like I'm not taking them out. I just I mow around the rocks with the push mower. Has no motor, but you push it. It's exercise, hurts sometimes. That's the coleus. It was almost dead. Almost dead. And I have that's all filled up with water. And as you see, wait, I'll go back a little bit. As you see, I really lost. I mean, I lost the fight with the weeds, but who cares? I had the most amazing array of insects this year because I really didn't weed. So if you see, around that, I'll just do that with the knife. I just do it with the knife or cut it. I hate using the weed whacker too much. So there's that thing. And I nurse this back to health. And again, this is all full. Now, if I empty it for the winter, I probably have to empty it for the winter because I don't want it to freeze. But then you can put, I forgot what I did last year. I think I emptied it. And we didn't have a drought. We had a lot of rain. That I put in last year. Well, I didn't. I got a little help from my friends. Okay, wait. What did he say? I quit putting potted plants outside. I had a bunch of squirrels eat their way through the screens in my screened-in porch, and now they're living. Aw, really? Oh, I can't worry about it, Retro Boomer. It's great to see you. But that, hey, they're going to eat. They're hungry. They're hungry, right? Yes. Absolutely, it is wonderful. And it wasn't expensive. Me and Sam went together. We got ours the same day. And then last year, Jerry put it together for me. Jerry's a whole other story. I'm happy for Jerry. He owes me work. He owes me some work. Okay, so these are my hydrangeas in the front. And you can see my moldy siding. Actually, it's horrible. And in fact, I've got a little worry because right here in my office, I'm looking at the wall and there's like a little puff of paint. Oh, let's stop. This is when I finished with the little puff of paint because these are all these anxiety things we all go through. I think I have mold in my house. I don't know. I need a roof, which I'm working on getting, actually. I have to put a metal roof on. I have to. I mean, the roof is the original piece of shit roof. So anyway, the hydrangeas are beautiful, and they are still blooming, and they are gorgeous. I love them. Okay, so Harvey came over. Last year, this is Dick. And Harvey named him Dick because he said that Dick can be a dick. I love Dick. So that Dick. Oh, God, that sounded bad. I'm too old for that. So Harvey came over because what happened was it was the first time he built a gate. So he built the gate, and last year the windstorm blew it open. So he fixed it. And yeah, Poppy, where are you saying it's always something? Of course it's always something. Yes, it's always something. Let's get some of you guys up. Yes, Dick the horse. Yes, because according to my Amish neighbor, the horse can be a dick. And I guess that's about as bad of a word as he might use. I've slipped and said fuck in front of him. I don't know if Sam has, because Sam bought a lot of wood from him a couple years ago. But, oh no, I love him so much. You saw two monarchs? Oh, God. That's wonderful. Is that your... Yes, that's my Amish neighbor's horse. Mm-hmm. And my across the street neighbor, if you didn't see from the very beginning, these are her horses, two of them. And she's got four now. She's got four. See? Aren't they pretty? That's all I have to do is go outside and look. And I would love to help her financially with some kind of thing, but I don't, she works, he works. They are hard workers. It's a little farm. They have a farm. I'm not a vegan. I get eggs from her. We trade stuff. I don't eat red meat. I don't eat pork really very often. I just eat what I eat, and I'm losing weight, so it's working. I'm eating vegetables like crazy. So yes, that's his horse. And he came over and he fixed the gate. Now the only thing I have to do, wait, we'll go back to the gate. I want to show you something I have to do. It's always something is right. Poppy knows when you live in the middle there. You see I have my pointer? Okay. I have a piece of metal that will go down into the ground, but I need to put a hole in the ground where the piece of metal will go down, and keep the gate closed before the winter. So even though he repaired it well, everything I do is half-assed. Like right here, I just use bungee cord to keep it open on a metal stake that bent last year's winter. You could call me. I mean, my place is certainly I'm not Martha Stewart. Yeah, no, I'm not. So, hey, Volt Revolt, stopping in for a minute. Okay, you're on the way to work, but it's great to see you. It is. So I really didn't do a lot with the weeds this year. This one, I forgot the name of it. Hang on a second. While you peruse that one, I'm going to look it up because I have this picture app, and I don't bring a book out to the yard anymore. I'm a techno now, and I bring, oh my gosh, I take pictures and it comes up, and this is called Love in a Mist. And this is in my wildflower garden, Love in a Mist. And Love in a Mist is super easy to take care of, with resistant to almost all pests and diseases. It's a perfect option for gardeners with brown thumbs. That's what I've said before. I have full sun, partial sun, water. They have average water needs, but oh my gosh, they came out of the wildflower seeds that I had purchased, I think from Gary. What's his name online? There's only two people I buy from, and I can't tell you about the other seeds. And I don't even think I have pictures of them. Oh my God, my bounty. Unless they make it federally legal. Yeah, look at that. Storm alert. I think I have the sound. Yeah, I left the sound for this. Well, you can see I was hardening off my babies. And we got a lot of this year. Yep. And all those flowers, I made my other video. Oh, this is funny. We got to stop at this one. Those flowers right there all started hydroponically from the hydroponics that Katie so lovingly and nicely sent me. But that's the kind of rain we got, and I didn't even need to worry about the irrigation so much. Okay. And there's my outhouse, which I use. Any male people that are like with penises, they don't seem to want to use it. They want to use things that are behind. They don't want to use it. I use it. So I don't have to run in the house when I'm gardening anymore. I've had it for a few years, but okay. So we'll watch the joke. Been canning soup this week, getting ready for winter. Follow me for more recipes. I loved it. I had it up on Facebook. Hi, Lincoln. I had it up on Facebook. I thought it was so cute. Wait, let's get the, I have a couple of things I can do still. Yay. All right. It is a boy thing, Kim. Let me put that up. It's a boy thing. Because really, my ex-husband was here the other day, and that's another story in and of itself. And of course, he wouldn't go in the outhouse. I asked him to, but he did not. All right, so come on, play. All right. So now we're going to move on to what I've been doing. Yeah, it does smell great after a rain, doesn't it? All right, so here's what I'm starting to get harvests, a lot of them. And what I do is I am so, happy. Yeah, my house is falling apart, but I have one. I have to pay the taxes, but don't ever think for a minute, even though I live in an area where things aren't expensive and I have a house that they plunked on a basement from Pennsylvania, but I have one and nothing is lost on me. Great. I'm grateful every day in my life that I wake up, every single day. I like to sit outside and cut shit up, watch videos, and again, I'm grateful, really grateful. And so that was the first. I did pickles this year. I did tons of pickles because they are, I made them with monk fruit for the bread and butter pickles with nothing in them, just monk fruit for the because I don't use sugar. I don't eat sugar. I don't use sugar. I probably never will again. I haven't had any ice cream. I'm changed because I wanted to. And so I did those. And, I've been canning up a storm. But, it's a lot of work here. And then I have beautiful peppers. I've already done peppers. I've made soup. I had 6 beautiful cabbages. And I made lots of soup. See, there's one of my soups. I love making soups. And I try to use electric, but one of my problems is that I have a gas stove. And gas is trucked in here. And I've been changing to everything electric, like you've heard ad nauseum. I live in a municipality that is all carbon free because it comes from Niagara Falls. And but I did get electric hot water heater. My electric bills are cheap, and I use everything as electric except this. I hate it. But my stove hasn't died yet, And next one is an electric one that'll handle that big ass thing. And there's more, and those are the peppers, and some of them they were banana peppers though. These are gorgeous. All my tomatoes are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I made soups. Oh, and here's Buddy. Buddy loves watching recipe videos. He loves watching anything on a television, usually the iPad he likes the best. So here's the roasted tomatoes. I roasted them and I seasoned them with pesto I made from last year's haul. And there they went in, and then they came out and I canned them. I know Scott said, wait a minute, Scott says, let's get there. Electric stoves are for the birds. thing is I don't want gas because it's very expensive and they have to truck it in here. And now they want $130 a month, and I don't even hardly use my furnace because I heat with wood. It's always a conundrum. But I keep those tanks filled for an emergency because I don't have any backup. But you need electric to turn on the furnace. You don't with the wood stove. Okay, so I have a messy, workplace. And that is one of the soups I made. And that's what it looks like right after you finally let the pressure out of the can. And you have to be safe about it. You let your pressure out of the can, and then you can open it. And I am at I can at 1300 psi because I'm 13, because I'm not quite 1500 above sea level, but it works. I think I made a canning video once for you guys. But that's what that looks like. And that was the roasted tomatoes with the pesto. And that only needed to can for 15 minutes. And oh, here we go again. Same one. Okay, that was the soup. So that's it. It was a little darker. There's more pickles. My goal is to not leave. All right, so we're moving on a little bit. My goal is to not leave my homestead. I don't have to. I haven't much in a few years. I don't want to. I'm saying I don't want to drive. Really, I don't want to go anywhere. And that part of the reason why I'm making this is this summer, I spent more time alone this summer without human beings than in my entire life. And it wasn't bad. And it's kind of like a guilty pleasure. But I cried a lot. And I don't know, maybe all of you did. I'm on Twitter X, and there's a lot of tough stuff on there. But not only is it that it's tough stuff, it's that I had family problems. And I guess I could tell you because she's getting better. But my mom had cancer treatment all summer. And then after she finished cancer treatment, somebody smashed into her and totaled her car. She was only bruised in the arm. And then the tornado last week. So, Mom, I don't think you're watching. I had a lot of anxiety over worrying about my mother and the inevitable and things that, happen in families. We've all had a lot of loss. God knows. I mean, we've all had a lot of loss. And when I say God, it certainly isn't the Christian God. It's not the Jewish God. It's not the Hindu God. It's no God, really. But it's been tough. And I try to hide it. But yeah, and I know I'm not alone. That's the thing. I'm not alone. And I see it, and I feel it from you guys. My mom's going to be okay. And I do have Warren and Sean are on their way here for 2 months, and I'll be able to go and see my mom. But I have to fly. She lives in Florida. I can't drive. I'm disabled as shit. I wear a back brace, and I took my neck brace off for this. I have to. I miss her. It made me sick all year. And I know that I've watched friends on Facebook lose parents. I lost my stepfather 2 years ago. And so, we all have these pains, and then add on to it the climate crisis, and add on to it the ecological destruction. And, there's a big bag of feeling terrible, but not depression where I want to give up. But there's a lot of, thank you. She's such a beautiful, amazing woman. Oh my God. She did this all on her own. She took herself to her treatments. It was radiation mostly. Just amazing, She's wonderful, but it's stressful, and we're all going to go through this if we haven't, and a lot of you have. And somebody special to us went through this year, and she hasn't been with us that much. Jen, the unapologetic vegan, and it was really tough, and my heart goes out to her. It just does. It just does. But so I spent a lot of time crying. And some of it was good crying, and some of it was a little bit of poor me, maybe a little bit of poor me, but even when you're broke as shit, and that's not, everything's not about money, but poor me's happen because I get scared, like that's another thing is dealing with the fear of, oh, I'm so sorry, honey bunny. See, we can all commiserate and feel, for each other and care about each other. And I do. And I have a lot of empathy. And I'll tell you a little bit about another thing. And I don't want drama. It just happens. Okay. So that was the bird's nest. And there's the little bird. That was in the bird's nest. Okay. And all summer long, when these started to bloom, I couldn't even make them in the house. I walked and picked them and ate them. I didn't bring them in. These were my sugar this year. The berries outside and the strawberries, and that's it. That's what I had. Okay, so this part. Last year I had gotten a trail cam, and the thing was a gigantic piece of shit, and it broke. It broke, and I was heartbroken. And for some reason, the batteries were leaking acid into the compartment. So they gave me my money back, but I couldn't get another one. I wasn't going to buy another crappy one. More technical shit. Hey, I'm not lying about who I am. You saw my cutlery video. And now, I can literally lay in bed because I have this right now. It's on the wood shed pole. I can lay in bed and look at, oh, Poppy. Poppy, that hurts. Yeah, it does. But we're here. I just heard a Harley go by outside. Yeah, it's city at weekend too. I haven't heard too many fireworks though. Okay. It is. Well, maybe I've pumped up my serotonin. Thank you. You've got deer eating your fuchsias. Well, I have it set up so I don't care what they eat, and my garden is so fenced in that they can't get in there. However, this year it was hilarious. I went into the garden, and there's this tiny little baby rabbit in the garden. It's the first time I ever saw a garden, a rabbit in there, and it was just a little tiny thing. And I have rabbit fencing, but that's broken. I have never repaired it, all the other 4,000 jobs here. And it looked at me, it got scared, and it ran out through the fence, and it couldn't come back in because it got too big for the hole. But it was so cute. And it actually did not do a lot of damage. The most damage I got this year in the garden was the cabbage loopers, or whatever the hell they're called. And I used a mix of water, neem oil, and soap, dish soap, and sprayed the leaves, and it took care of it. And I had beautiful cabbage. And neem oil is not horrible. I read all about it, and I washed all of it. And then Lori took it and fed it to her chickens after I washed it really well. So we're very communal, and we're becoming communal around here. I think she's learning from me. Yeah. Wow, that's tough. Oh, my God. Oh, Scott. I can't help it. I'm from New York. Oh my God is just inbred, saying oh my God. Who else? Oh geez. See, it's good to share though. Let's get it all out. You've got empathetic crone mama here. And let me tell you, my empathy, sometimes I really wish I didn't have it. And yes, you did. You did. I'm telling you, I should put on some soft music behind this. I was going to put country music. Let's put a little soft music, just a little bit. Okay, and we'll play the rest. And I've had so many bees. Oh, and there's the Joe pie. I took it from Sam's place over there at Bugs in a Jar Farm, and it was tiny little thing. And now they're big. And so they just hide with the other weeds that I don't pick. Yeah, we went through this with Bila, and we love you, sweetheart. You know that. Mm-hmm. So I lost the fight with the weeds, but I don't care because I had a diversity of stuff that, oh my God, this was just yesterday. Look at that butterfly from yesterday. Isn't it beautiful? Just yesterday, you know? I love the snakes. Oh my gosh. And this is the mama. She didn't have the babies there, right there with her that I caught on the trail cam. And I do have another story for you guys. Of course, I always have a story when I'm alone. There's the babies. I know a lot of people don't like them, and I know a lot of hunters kill them. Trust me. They give me venison. And this year I've had it. It's from here. But I look at them and I say, I can't do it. Eggs I can do. A lot of vegetables. Yeah, we got some pretty clouds this year. There's that flag, Ecology 1970. Yep, 1970. Yeah, and there's all the, there's the mold on the right side. Oh my God, it's awful. So these are new beans. Wait, Mark, I want to stop this. Wait, is it stopped or going? Your dad died December 6th. I'm so sorry, Mark. Oh, Mark. We feel for you. We all do. We feel for each other. I feel for everybody. That's why I don't want to leave here sometimes. It's hard. I mean, everything makes me sad. And even I have to go to the doctors, but I go up to Buffalo and I see and I've talked about this before, when I see things being built and the growth and the progress and the all of the building and all of the concrete, I just get sick, These are the beans I'm growing now. They're fall crop, but I don't even know if they're a fall crop. I haven't even started fall crops. I'm so tired and overwhelmed with all the work I have to do. But I'd like to do some spinach. And I grow indoor all year round now that Katie got me those hydroponics. I just grow lettuce and I just pick it like neat lettuce all the time. I'm going to get skinny, guys. Okay, this is now. And this guy, I didn't transplant them, which I should have. These are okras. I've got 3 of them, and they're not going to have enough room. I know they're not. And there's another coleus I saved, and I've got 3 pepper plants jammed in there, and then there's another flower in there on the right side, but I forgot what that's called. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wait a minute. I can look it up. Well, let's look it up, and I'll tell you what that's called in a second, because it's in, and I just took that the other day, too. It is in the, oh God, I have hundreds of pictures. I know I took it the other day. Oh, and I still got a ton of dill. Cabbage growing. Oh my. Mountain laurel, ditch lilies. Oh, I have a watermelon growing, but there's no way that's going to make it. I'm looking for this one. The hell? I planted kohlrabi. One of those is coming out, but I think it's going to be too late. I don't know. I have hollyhocks. I still have a lot of stuff coming up, And I'm sure you do. Believe me, I'm not a green thumb. I'm a brown thumb. Everything's an experiment. So I didn't transplant these. I was afraid to transplant them in the front, but I'm worried about their roots. It's an experiment. Retro Boomer, what did you say? It's 100 degrees there? Holy shit. Your plants are wilted. Do you have sun shade? I used a tool on my strawberries so the birds wouldn't get them, because I'm never going to go through the stress of that sun. That bird netting is absolutely cruel and horrible. Okay, what else do I have here? And then I'm going to make one of these for everybody that sends me stuff, and I'm going to catalog it. Okay, this is this week today. It turned September. I heat my house with wood, and I have amazing friends, Debbie and Max, and they were back today, and I didn't get the pictures in here, but They built this for me out of stuff from his farm. He's 79. Took it down, and they came and built this. They built it for me 2 weeks ago out of stuff that was recycled. So now I don't have to have all those awful tarps that were just, ugh, bleh, you know. I don't bring the wood up. If you see up here, all the summer furniture gets taken into the basement, and then all the pallets go up there, but I have work to do. I can't put wood up here until the deck gets reinforced this year, because there are metal pieces that are not reinforcing the deck, and you can, when it gets really cold, you hear them pop. You know, the wood changes and it's older, so I have to get that done before the pallets go upstairs. Then I wheel everybody that knows me knows, and then I wheel the wood inside. So that's what's going on. Yep. That's what's going on. Yeah. That's tough. Well, now I'm finished with that one. And I can come back and decide from what you guys want to do. You know, I did have one more story. And it's about being nice to somebody. And my ex-husband has moved back to where he was from, and he's over 2 hours away. And I've been doing a lot for him. Well, pretty much 2 years we've been broken up with his, job shit. And he's gone. He moved. And it's like, that's a change, and it's nice not to have a problem, because we're too old not to, to hate. There should be no hatred. So we are actually friends, and I'm wishing him well, and it's all good. But, all that stuff brings up emotions. We have so many of them, And while I'm so happy alone, like I said, it's like a guilty pleasure being happy alone. It's all right. It's all right. So where are you guys? So that was going on. Let's see where you guys are. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Facts. So I could move on a little. I have a couple more videos. Now, we could go on to current events, or we could say, hey, it's been 43 minutes and it's been a nice show. I mean, you all know that things are going on everywhere. The Burning Man thing is really ironic because of the climate defiance protest, and then all these people got stuck in there. And then I had found this young woman who's very, very young, and talks about what they want for the future. She's got to be in her 20s. We can't imagine what that feels like. Us boomers and millennials, Generation X. And then there's my daughter, and those. Yeah, it has been a nice show. I don't know, maybe I should show it with, should I show a little hopium? I mean, it's the kids. Maybe I will. I think I'm going to show this. I'm going to shut that off, and I'm going to show this video. So give me a second, and I'm going to set this up. I'm going to go back to, all right, let's just hear this young girl. I mean, of course, I could always, hang on, I'm playing. Bye, Poppy. Thank you for coming. And don't forget to send me more stuff. to environmentalcoffeehouse@gmail, and I'm going to get everything into folders. Now, don't hold me on time because you know how busy I am, and that's another thing. I get overwhelmed and stressed out, and I really haven't had much help. Laura started in the beginning, and I'm not going to talk about her. I love her. She's 18, but I'm not going to go any further. She's wonderful. I went to her engagement party last week at Letchworth State Park, which is where those waterfalls on my shorts were. All right, I want to play this video for you, and I think it's really important to play this. Let me see if it's going to come up. Hang on. Hang on. I got to make it bigger. Okay. Now, let me make sure I've got the right. There's something really weird about my software. I have to always reactivate the system audio. Now, you just listen to this girl. She's so young. She's with Climate Cardinals. She's so young.
Young people, what scientists have been calling for is an end to all new fossil fuel development and massive transition and investment in renewable energy. And that has nothing to do with what you ate for breakfast, but it has everything to do with who you're voting for at the ballot box. Most of us are not part of the climate problem, but each one of us has the opportunity to be part of the climate solution. What we really need is systems change. We need to design a new system, and that's going to come from electing policymakers and decision makers who are going to hold corporate actors accountable. And that would be my final ask for everyone, is to use your voice, educate yourself, speak out on social media, have as many conversations as possible about climate change, because the most important thing you can do, the number one thing is talk about it.
See? I think, a lot of us, I know my demographic, are older. And while we might be complaining and, some people say, well, humanity sucks and it's going extinct, blah, 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 there's the kids. And I'm not a grandma, but I'm a mom, and I'll never be a grandma. But, other of you are. And my friend came over today, and she was talking about the grandchildren and how she's learned all this. And I've sent her Derek Jensen's last video, that long one where he talks about deindustrialization. And, she feels sad. I said, well, no, because they can be the next climate activists. All right, listen. I'm going to show this. I know Kevin showed it on his show earlier. I don't know if any of you were there, but this is, now, if you know the story about Burning Man and Climate Defiance blocking the entrance to this big Burning Man show thing with 70,000 people that was held in the bottom of a dried out Nevada lake, and they were trying to make a point. Well, I guess I will play this for you. Why not? I don't know if anybody, if you have seen it, but it's from TikTok.
70,000 white women with dreadlocks are currently trapped in a dry lake bed due to flooding. That's the only way. What if I did it like that? I think this is the best way to open, right? Because who the fuck? They're like, no, Burning Man is actually about self-sufficiency and how you can survive anything. Look at me surviving Burning Man in my fucking home. I don't have to travel to the middle of a dry lake bed in fucking Nevada desert to build a temporary city when we're in the middle of a fucking homelessness crisis. I also didn't have to sit in a long line of traffic, a mile deep, that was caused by climate protesters blocking the single fucking road in and out of the goddamn festival. And why were they blocking it? To fucking protest the amount of fucking carbon being dumped into the atmosphere by a bunch of fucking tech bros driving out to the middle of the fucking Nevada desert to set up their fucking RVs so they can take ayahuasca and fuck each other. You can do that at home, Greg and Barry and Moonbeam and whatever else you fucking Caucasian dreadlock dipshits. Oh, but I have my bicycle. You're in the fucking desert.
Oh my
You're not
God.
supposed to be there. It's in an extinct fucking lake. And now it's flooded. Why? Because of the fucking climate change, you morons. That's right. And that's why one of you assholes out there at Burning
he's
Man,
not wrong.
you called the cops on the climate protesters who were blocking the road. And you told the cops that one of the protesters was shooting at cars. So what the cops do, they showed up and rammed the fucking protesters and jumped out holding up guns. Listen, cops love to pull guns on fucking protesters. You didn't have to add to the flyer there, huh? Burning Man. You didn't have to add to the fucking fire, add a little gasoline to the fucking climate protest by screaming that these fucking protesters who were unarmed were being violent. No, enjoy taking a bunch of Molly while you get trench foot, you piece of shit. I hope while you're paying $20,000 for your fucking RV rental so you can hang out with 3 other guys in fucking Patagonia vests while looking around for white girls with fucking dreadlocks who won't even make fucking eye contact with you. I hope it's fucking worth it by the time you get back to fucking San Francisco to be pulled up on attempted fucking murder charges for calling in a fake 911 call. I hope that's fucking worth it. To the other 69,999 of you, fucking stop building a temporary city in the middle of nowhere while we're in the middle of an unhoused fucking homeless problem. Okay? You know what brings fucking housing prices up? I'm gonna tell you something. It's one small thing. I know one of you are gonna yell permitting, but I bet you lumber costs aren't fucking helping things when you go and build 20,000 fucking planks of wood in the middle of the goddamn nowhere just to light it on fire so you feel like you're one with the universe. Okay? All right, Stacy?
Woo! So I guess I had to play it. And you know where I saw that was on Twitter. Elliot shared it. Professor Elliot Jacobson shared it. So, you know, everybody's got their and he was right about, so he's very angry. And I thought, look at that. Burning Man is, yeah, exactly. Crazy. Well, what are you going to do? I guess I'm not going to put up a link today. I think what I'm going to do, because we've been an hour and I do have a girlfriend that wants me to come visit her, and I want to chit chat with you guys a little bit more. Yeah, it said 70,000 people. I have a picture, actually. I don't know if I can upload it so you could see it, but you know what? I did get this picture, but I never uploaded it. If I can upload it, I'm going to show you what they did, what they made it look like. Maybe you haven't seen this. I'm going to do this right now. Why not? Okay, I sent it, and it is on my desktop, I think. Let me see if it's on my desktop. Not that, I don't know if you could see it. Okay, you can't. All right. I'm going to show it to you. It's like really insane what they did. Hang on. Because for me to show it to you, I've got to make it an overlay, I think. Let's see if you can see it. It should be up there. That's what they made it look like. Can you see it yet? No. Shit. Hang on. All you can see is that. All right. I got to work this out. I got to figure out how to get this on. All right. There you go. Okay. This you should be able to see. I hope. I'm looking. Yeah, there you go. So that's how they made it look at this, this place. And I guess they didn't look at the weather forecast or didn't know it was going to be a deluge of rain. This is how it's all set up for the end, for a party, a weekend party. So yeah, small city. Right. Let me get your, I got to find your comments. I got to find myself. So that's what it looked like. And people are sloshing around. Now, I went to Woodstock 94, which probably cost for the whole weekend, I don't know, $40. And it rained. It rained and it was pretty gross, but it was nothing like this. And people didn't have RVs, and we trekked in with backpacks and tents, and it rained though. It rained. It was bad, but we weren't in the bottom of a lake in Nevada, which is now spewing out spores. People are getting sick because of the spores of and allergens that have been on the bottom of that lake, and the rain just let it out. So of course people are getting sick, and they didn't bring. Probably most of them didn't bring boots with them. When I went to Woodstock, I had boots with me, rain boots. I had everything. I'm a prepper. I always was. I know what to do. I didn't just bring a tiny top. All right. Well, anyway, let's get your comments back, and then I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go visit my friend. And I guess I don't have to really take this off after all. I feel better, and I wasn't. And I don't know, how many people knew how much I was going through this summer, but it really wasn't about me. It was about my mom. It was about my family. It was about my friends. It was about you, others. Yeah. Okay, people didn't have RVs, but they had leaded gasoline and vans that had everything. Okay, I don't know. I thought I saw some videos of RVs. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I played that video, and it's what I did. So I hope you enjoyed this, me coming on a Sunday. It's too nice out. It's like, let me see. I was going to do a weather thing, but it's 79 still here. So I'm going to get out and go up to where my friend comes in from Rochester to her camp. And thank you, Dawn. And don't forget, please click like at least, click like. Oh, there's a death being investigated, huh? Gosh, that's really sad that somebody died. Thank God out of 70,000 people, that's all it was. Good evening. Thank you, Hans. Yes. All right. I will say good night, and I'm going to put on. What are you guys in the mood to hear? I didn't even do a toilet flush. You know what we're going to flush? We'll flush that rain that happened down there. Poor people. We'll flush that had to absolutely do that weekend. How's that? Yeah. And let me see. What kind of music are you in the mood for? Let's see. Okay. This makes it. This is good. Love you all. I love you guys so much. I love